Hi, and welcome back to Bible on Audio, where I read aloud and you follow along. Today we're in Exodus 26, and as we open up in prayer, I was thinking about what we should pray on, and I thought, why not pray for our government? Why not pray for people in leadership positions everywhere? So that's what we're going to open up with. Father God, thank you for another day. Thank you for being ruler, king, father, creator of it all. I'm bringing up leadership today because of all the things that are being thrown out there in the media with protesting in Brazil, with the change in monarchy, with Queen Elizabeth's passing, with the financial collapse, as some would call it, with countries going to war, with countries not being able to export or import goods, with our own country dealing with our former president's situation, and then what's going on now today. I don't know where we're headed, but I pray for those leaders in leadership positions. Father, I pray that they are ones that look to you for an answer, that go to their counterparts and get advice, that they seek wise counsel. And I pray for all of us that we don't lose hope or faith, and that we continue to support where we're supposed to and pray for our leaders so that you can move where we cannot see behind the scenes, where the attention needs to be. It is in your name I pray. Amen. I know that's probably not what I normally talk about. I thought it would fit because we're talking about establishing order to God. And so in 24-25 we talked about the building of the tabernacle, and we finished off in 26, and now we're in 27, and it's the altar of burnt offering, where we bring our sacrifices and our thanks. So here we go. You shall make an altar of acacia wood, 5 cubits long and 5 cubits wide. The altar shall be square, and its height shall be 3 cubits. You shall make its horns on its 4 corners. Its horns shall be one piece with it. And you shall overlay it with bronze also. You shall make it pans to receive its ashes, and its shovels, and its basins, and its forks, and its fire pans. You shall make all the utensils of bronze. You shall make a grate for it, network of bronze, and on the network you shall make 4 bronze rings at the 4 corners. You shall put it under the rim of the altar beneath that the network may be midway up the altar. And you shall make poles for the altar, poles of acacia wood, and overlaid with bronze. The poles shall be put in the rings, and the poles shall be on the 2 sides of the altar to bear it. You shall make it hollow with boards, as it was shown you on the mountain, so shall they make it. The courts of the tabernacle. You shall also make the court of the tabernacle. For the south side there shall be hangings for the court made of fine woven linen, 100 cubits long for one side, and its 20 pillars, and their 20 sockets shall be 20 pillars, and their 20 sockets shall be bronze. The hooks of the pillar and their bands shall be silver. Likewise, along the length of the north side there shall be hangings 100 cubits long, with its pillars and their 20 sockets of bronze, and the hooks of the pillars and their bands of silver. Along the width of the court on the west side shall be hangings of 50 cubits, with their 10 pillars and their 10 sockets. The width of the court on the east side shall be 50 cubits. The hangings on one side of the gate shall be 15 cubits, with their 3 pillars and their 3 sockets, and on the other side shall be hangings of 15 cubits, with their 3 pillars and their 3 sockets. For the gate of the court there shall be a screen 20 cubits long, woven of blue, purple, and scarlet thread, and fine woven linen, and made by a weaver. It shall have 4 pillars and 4 sockets, and the pillars around the court shall have bands of silver. Their hooks shall be of silver, and their sockets of bronze. The length of the court shall be 100 cubits, the width 50 throughout, and the height 5 cubits, made of fine woven linen, and its sockets of bronze. All the utensils of the tabernacle for all its service, all its pegs, and all the pegs of the court shall be of bronze. The care of the lampstand. And you shall command the children of Israel that they bring you pure oil of pressed olives for the light to cause the lamp to burn continually in the tabernacle of meeting. Outside the veil, which is before the testimony, Aaron and his sons shall tend it from evening until morning before the Lord. It shall be a statute forever to their generations on behalf of the children of Israel. Chapter 28. Garments for the priesthood. Now take Aaron your brother and his sons with him from among the children of Israel, that he may minister to me as a priest. Aaron and Aaron's sons, Nadab, Abihu, Eleazar, and Ithamar. And you shall make holy garments for Aaron your brother, for glory and for beauty. So you shall speak to all who are gifted artisans, whom I have filled with the spirit of wisdom. That they may make Aaron's garments to consecrate him, that he may minister to me, a priest. And these are the garments which they make: the breastplate, an ephod, a robe, a skillfully woven tunic, a turban, and a sash. So they shall make holy garments for Aaron your brother and his sons, that he may minister to me as a priest. Let me read I'm going to read right here from the notes. The holy garments were made by their holy consecration to God's service, as the materials of the tabernacle had been, for glory and for beauty. It is likely that the magnificent clothing of the priest represented concept of imputed righteousness before the Lord. So beautiful in detail. And they should be, because they are chosen to do the work of the Lord. And remember, they're establishing law, and the ones that enforced the law for the Israelites at this time were the elders. And Moses, they were the ones that went, Moses was the one that went to the Father and would ask him, or would listen for a word and then bring that message down. So they're establishing a sense of order. That's how I read it. The ephod. They shall take the gold, blue, purple, and scarlet thread, and the fine linen, and they shall make the ephod of gold, blue, purple, and scarlet thread, and fine woven linen, artistically worked. It shall have 2 shoulder straps. Let's see. The ephod is a sort of cape, and so it would go over their clothing like a so that's what it's saying it is, I'm imagining. Let's continue. Verse 8. And the intricately woven band of the ephod which is on it shall be of the same workmanship, made of gold, blue, purple, and scarlet thread, and fine woven linen. Then you shall take 2 onyx stones and engrave on them the names of the sons of Israel, 6 of their names on one stone, and 6 names on the other stone, in order of their birth, with the work of an engraver in stone, like the engravings of a signet. You shall engrave the 2 stones with the names of the sons of Israel. You shall set them in settings of gold, and you shall put the 2 stones on the shoulders of the ephod as memorial stones for the sons of Israel. So Aaron shall bear their names before the Lord on his 2 shoulders as a memorial. You shall also make settings of gold, and you shall make 2 chains of pure gold, like braided cords, and fasten the braided chains to the settings. The breastplate. You shall make the breastplate of judgment, artistically woven according to the workmanship of the ephod. You shall make it of gold, blue, purple, and scarlet thread, and fine woven linen. You shall make it. It shall be doubled into a square. A span shall be its length, and a span shall be its width. And you shall put settings, while I turn the page, setting stones in it for rows of stones. The first row shall be a sardius, a topaz, and an emerald. This shall be the first row. The second row shall be a turquoise, a sapphire, and a diamond. The third row, a jacinth, and a agate, an amethyst. And the fourth row, a beryl, an onyx, and a jasper. They shall be set in gold settings, and the stones shall have the names of sons of Israel, 12 according to their names, like the engraving of the signet, each one with its own name. They shall be according to the 12 tribes. You shall make chains for the breastplate at the end, like braided cords of pure gold, and you shall make the 2 rings of gold for the breastplate, and put the 2 rings on the 2 ends of the breastplate. Then you shall put the 2 braided chains of gold in the 2 rings which are on the ends of the breastplate, and the other 2 ends of the 2 braided chains you shall fasten to the settings, and put them on the shoulder straps of the ephod in the front. You shall make 2 rings of gold, and put them on the 2 ends of the breastplate on the edge of it, which is on the inner side of the ephod. And 2 other rings of gold you shall make, and put them on the 2 shoulder straps underneath the ephod, toward its front, right at the seam above the intricately woven band of the ephod. They shall bind the breastplate by means of its rings to the rings of the ephod, using a blue cord, so that it is above the intricately woven band of the ephod, and so that the breastplate does not come loose from the ephod. So Aaron shall bear the names of the sons of Israel on the breastplate of judgment over his heart, when he goes into the holy place, as a memorial before the Lord continually. And you shall put the breastplate of judgment, that the Urim and the Thummim, and they shall be over Aaron's heart when he goes before the Lord. So Aaron shall bear the judgment of the children of Israel over his heart before the Lord. Let's see if there's anything on the Urim. I don't normally read notes, but I want to right now, because I feel there's a lot of details that I don't know the words. So I guess on your own time, look them up. That's what I would do, and then also ask somebody. Here it just says the breastplate held the mysterious stones called the Urim and the Thummim. These transliterated Hebrew words mean lights and perfections, both superlative. Together their names mean perfect knowledge, or a similar idea. It is known that how Aaron and his successors used these stones, if indeed they were stones. We do know that God instructed his priest in many ways. So it just means lights and perfections. So let me read that part again. And you shall put on the breastplate of judgment the Urim and the Thummim, and they shall be over Aaron's heart when he goes in before the Lord. So a lot of detail, a lot of bright, colorful details. And I'm thinking of when I said cape, I'm thinking like a judge wears the robe, or how priests do, and then some would have a sash that goes over. Some reverends have the sash, and I could be wrong. I don't know a lot of these things, but I'm just imagining that's what it would be. Theirs had all this detail, and then they were tied together in front and back with the robe. So let's keep going. Other priestly garments. You shall make the robe of the ephod all of blue. There shall be an opening for his head in the middle of it. It shall have a woven binding all around its opening, like the opening in a coat of mail, so that it does not tear. And upon its hem you shall make pomegranates of blue, purple, and scarlet all around its hem, and bells of gold between them all around. A golden bell and a pomegranate, a golden bell and a pomegranate upon the hem of the robe all around. And it shall be upon Aaron when he ministers, and its sound will be heard when he goes into the holy place before the Lord, and when he comes out, that he may not die. You shall also make a plate of pure gold, and engrave on it the engraving of a signet, holiness to the Lord. And you shall put it on blue cord, that it may be on the turban. It shall be on the front of the turban. So it shall be on Aaron's forehead, that Aaron may bear the iniquity of the holy things which of the children of Israel hallow in all their holy gifts. And it shall always be on his forehead, that they may be accepted before the Lord. You shall skillfully weave the tunic of fine linen thread. You shall make the turban of fine linen, and you shall make the sash of woven work. For Aaron's son you shall make tunics, and you shall make sashes for them. And you shall make hats for them, for glory and beauty. So you shall put them on Aaron your brother, and on his sons with him. You shall anoint them, consecrate them, and sanctify them, and they minister to me as priests. And you shall make for them trousers to cover their nakedness. They shall reach from the waist to the thighs. They shall be on Aaron and on his sons when they come into the tabernacle of meeting, or when they come near to the altar to minister in the holy place, that they do not incur iniquity and die. It shall be a statute forever to him and his descendants after him. So they're chosen to do the priestly duties. And what I'm thinking about as I'm reading this is that it's so intricate in detail. It's almost like the armor of God, that you want, that every piece is protected, and every piece is not only protected, but it is beautiful. It's meant to be loud. It's meant to get your attention, because then no iniquity would touch them. Not just that, others would give them room, like make way for somebody important coming in, somebody that deserve reverence. And so, like in the Catholic Church, it's very much like that. It's you give them respect, and you know that they are holy, and you wouldn't just bombard a priest or in this case, priest, there would be an order to it. And so that's how grand he's making this. And I think it's good to note that, because it is grand to even hold this book. It is grand and a holy, holy act, if you will, that you had to be chosen by the Lord to share his word. You had to be chosen by the Lord to be called a priest and do the work of God. And here I am holding this, and I'm on YouTube like it's nothing. So it's something big that we should never take lightly. That was readings of 27 and 28. I hope you continue to join me, and not that you stay in the word. And as always, God bless you. Take care.